Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we've got some developer insights. We're gonna go over what's gonna be Hall of Fame this year, and new cards that are actually gonna be added. Because of course, with cards going into Hall of Fame, we're actually losing cards from the basic and classic set, which they said would really never happen. So when they do that, they need to replace it with something, right? So we're gonna go over that. But the cards that were hit in this year's Hall of Fame, guys, I expected stuff like maybe Leroy Jenkins, and things of that nature. What we got instead? Let's scroll down here, and then obviously the post just states it goes over each class, the pros and the cons and limitations of each, and it kind of like what cards did they figure out that don't follow that suit, and the cards that they figured out that don't follow the suit of their little analysis there was Mind Blast and Vanish. Really? So I remember with Mind Blast, you had the Vargoth, and you had the bring Vargoth back, and then you play Mind Blast, and if you have 3 or 4 Vargoths on the board, it could do like 15-20 damage for 2 mana, and that's kind of annoying, right? So I can kind of understand Mind Blast, 2 mana for 5 damage. It kind of could possibly limit design space in the future. And then Vanish, it's 6 mana, return all minions to the owner's hand. It's a board clear. Rogue is not supposed to have board clear. They're supposed to be single target silent removers. So like Vanish, it is roguey, but it kind of doesn't follow their suit, which kind of again makes sense. But like these aren't what I think about when I think of cards that need to be like leaving the game. So obviously there's some design space issues that made these cards stick out to them when making new cards, and play testing them. Apparently these 2 cards were like kind of a big deal in their eyes, so that's why they're taking like a head step and just removing these now, because they've obviously seen some sort of like problem in the future. But we've got some problems now, and there's a lot of cards out there that a lot of us, they're not fun to play against, and a lot of times they're not really that much fun playing. We only play them because they're the best cards in the game. So while changing cards and having a Hall of Fame is good, trust me, any changes I thoroughly invite, even as small as this. I invite, like, change the game, keep it as much mix up as we can, keep it fresh. It's a digital card game. We can change the cards. The technology is there. That's what we really like, right? But I think that we're seeing this trend where cards are actually constantly being added and changed. I mean, just a month ago we saw an 18 card buff, and we've never seen buffs ever like that and released in the Hearthstone dev insights or whatever you want to call these. So we are seeing a trend of about every month and a half, possibly 2 months at max, there's some sort of change, whether or not it's just a couple cards like we see here, or it's actually like a full-blown, here's 18 cards, we're going to try to make them a little bit better. So I do like that a lot. It is helping the game, but we're gonna keep. It's not just this small, for this next 6 months, we're gonna do this. No, this needs to be an ongoing trend. This needs to be constantly happening, constantly innovating, constantly coming up with new, fresh metas by changing, nerfing, and buffing cards that are just either way too powerful, or there's cards that should be fairly powerful and they're just not. Tweak 1 health and all of a sudden a card's really good. So there's my little thought on that. Moving down, so with cards leaving, so with Vanish leaving, it's going to be replaced with Plague Bringer, and with Mind Blast leaving, it's going to be replaced with Radiance. So as we can see here, a 4 mana 3/3 battle cry, give a friendly minion poisonous, and then the Priest 1 Radiance, a 1 mana restore 5 health to your hero. So very much rogue and priest cards. We've seen a 1 mana restore 5 health previously, so this is kind of just a reprint of a card that has previously existed. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. It wasn't a previous expansion. It was fairly good, but it was also restore 5 health to, I believe, a hero, and I believe, now that I think of it, it's not Flash of Light. But you could actually target your opponent, I believe, and heal them. But since if you have maybe the Soul Priest out, you could deal 5 damage to them, which was pretty cool. But anyway, very rogue cards. I don't, not overwhelmingly powerful. These aren't supposed to be classic, and basic cards are supposed to be just, some rudimentary basic cards to get someone into the game. Very easy to understand. Give a friendly minion poisonous isn't, next level plays. It's just pretty roguey. All right, so you're going to be like, Rob, when do these cards go live? It says right here. Here's a look at the new cards that'll be available in classic card packs and craftable with Arcane Dust starting with the next major update. So expect that in the next major update. It's kind of like, here, take a look at the cards that'll be available. So they're going to be available in classic packs and then you can craft them. But I honestly think they should give each player 2 of these. Well, granted, not the legendaries, but yeah, all these cards that should have been in the game. So technically, they're saying these are the cards that should have been in basic. Well, we've been playing the game. Well, some of us have been playing the game for years, right? So we would have opened these by now, and you wouldn't have taken the ones to Hall of Fame, and they would still be in standard. So I believe that these cards should just be given to players that have accounts older than, like, the cards that got rotated in the first place. If a guy makes an account today, they would have never had these cards, so they actually have to, get them in packs. But a player like myself who's been playing since, alpha beta, these cards I would have, why do I have to craft them? You took away the cards that I had and were like, you know what I mean? So like, they could have been a little bit nicer on this and just gave it to the older players, or like accounts older than 6 months, a year, or whatever what is, but whatever. Let's take a look at the cards. 7 mana, 5/8 demon. This is what Doomguard got replaced with. He has taunt and your other demons have +1 attack. This is a very boring and very basic design. Obviously, they don't want to make a too powerful of a card to put into the Warlock class, because we've seen how good Doomguard was, and they didn't want to make that mistake again just to print another 5 mana really good demon that doesn't really solve the issue. But yeah, we understand that demons have +1 attack is very we know that giving, for example, Timberwolf, 1 mana, 1/1, give your beast +1 attack. That fits really well in there, and it has the same ability as this because it costs 1 mana, and it's a beast itself. This being 7 mana, you're not going to be able to play a lot other things in this turn. So, I don't know. I mean, it's not a terrible demon, but this is pretty boring design. 8 mana, give your minions +2/+2 and taunt. The taunt it's pretty pointless, so it's basically just give your minions +2/+2, which we've learned is 2 Power of the Wilds, 2 twin spells. So this is actually a pretty terrible card. Also, Savage Roar gives a minion +2 attack, so this Gift of the Wild card is actually just awful. Yeah. Righteousness, 5 mana, give your minions Divine Shield. So as we know, Divine Shield is prorated at roughly 1 mana, because there was a 1 mana give a minion Divine Shield. So unless you have 5 minions on the board, you know what I mean? This doesn't, I guess 3 minions, giving them all Divine Shield, they make trades. It seems pretty good. I think this card, give your minions Divine Shield, is probably better than Gift of the Wild, but this card, in my opinion, is still crap. Yeah, this card's not that good. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's pretty garbage. And moving to the legendaries, 3 mana, 3/2 dragon. Battlecry, add a random legendary minion to your hand. So this little Brightwing is not too shabby, and actually is a really cool design. I like this Brightwing a lot. Being able to play a legendary that generates legendaries. Granted, I really hate the cards that say random, but for new players and players that want to just have fun, this is a fun card. 7 mana, 6/8 Battlecry, summon all friendly minions that died this turn. That's actually pretty powerful. Her stat line is already fairly beefy. Look at her stat line. 7 mana, 6/8. Look at his stat line. He's 7 mana, 5/8. So she has 1 more attack. She doesn't have taunt, and she actually has an ability that doesn't suck. So in comparison, she's substantially better than a rare demon. Granted, she's a legendary, so she should be. But yeah, you can make a trade a 6 or 6 drop and then play her, resummon your 6 drop. She's actually not bad. High Inquisitor, white mane, not bad. I don't like the art though. The staff is really cool, but her art, her art is bad. She's also from, I believe, Scarlet Monastery of the Citadel. She's the first boss you fight, and then you kill her, and then the guy comes out, I believe. All right, looking at Baron's Stabblehand. All right, good, you can see it. 7 mana, 4/4 Battlecry, summon a random beast. I hate, or it's Stablehand. Baron's Stablehand. Oh my god, I need to go to bed. I don't like this card at all. I don't like, summon a random beast. It could be King Crush. You know what I mean? I don't like cards that just they play this card and all of a sudden they went from summoning what could be a Timberwolf, a 1/1, to summoning a 9 mana, 8/8 with charge. Like there's a big substantial difference there. So I don't think this, I don't know, maybe it'll be okay in some sort of slower mid-range or control hunter, but I can tell you the fluctuations is what I don't like. All right, we have the Infiltrator, 4 mana, 5/4 stat line's good. Battlecry, destroy an enemy random secret. I like this card. I like this card a lot. Being able to destroy secrets should be a thing that is in the neutral set. There should be some sort of counter, and they actually, Eater of Secrets was our answer for secrets, and yeah, that guy is no more. So we need something here, and I think the SI7 Infiltrator it's a good stat line, and it has an ability that's meta, dependent. If there's a lot of secrets floating around, you'll see this guy. And then we have an 8 mana 5/5 elemental. Whenever you cast a spell, gain +2/+2. So he's like the big questing adventure. All right, that guy. All right, so the Arcane Devourer is actually really cool. All right, so the Arcane Devourer is cool. The SI Infiltrator is cool. I don't like Baron's Stable Hand. I think that card is no. Yeah. So we've got some cool ones and we got some garbage ones here. But besides that, any changes I'm inviting. And then we have comment section. But yeah, any changes I'm inviting. Interested to see and hear what you guys have to say about this as more and more updates are rolling out, and as things keep hopefully being fresh. Yeah, I just want to hear what you guys have to say. So with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Of course, I'm Robert Warshak, and happy whatever the hell day it is.